What's up guys, welcome to today's YouTube video. Today we have a nice short one for you. We're going to be touching on the best macros for fat loss. Now, before we dive in, guys, I apologize. I'm sitting here in Queensland, I'm about to upload this video and I just realized the whole time I keep saying macros and I nearly put the title as macros. I clearly needed to drink more of that coffee on the day, but I meant calories, okay? So this is the way to find the best calories for your goal and your starting point. Now, I will do a separate video on macros, which will go into a lot more detail on how you break down these calories, but to get started, this is all you need to know. So every time I say macros, I mean calories. My bad. The best macros for fat loss. Now, before we dive any deeper than that, the best macros for fat loss is going to completely determine on you, your size, like your weight, your height, your age, your activity level, your goals. So this is completely personalized. So if someone ever tells you like this magic number is the best for fat loss, it's not true, okay? It has to be to you, to your goal. Everyone is going to be slightly different. So before we dive deeper into that, I want to touch on a few keywords that you're going to hear me talk about today and what they actually mean, because you're going to need to know what these mean if you want to create your own perfect fat loss macros. So we have your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. This means the calories you burn on a day-to-day basis. You know, this means like your work, what do you do for work, walking, training, everything you can think of, TDEE. So your TDEE is what makes up your maintenance calories. We have calorie deficit, which means less than this TDE maintenance number here. And we have calorie surplus, which means more than maintenance. So super simple way of thinking it is maintenance, I eat this every day, I stay the exact same. Deficit, I eat this every day, I will lose. Surplus, I eat that every day, I will gain. That's the easiest way you guys should be looking at it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find out your TDEE. So honestly, the easiest way to do this is just Google TDEE calculator. There's a bunch on there for free that are actually not too bad, and then you just plug in your details and it will basically spit you out a number. That number might not be 100% correct, but it's going to give you a rough ballpark. If you want to get them more accurate, my two favorite ways are the Harris-Benedict formula and the Mifflin-St. Jeor formula. Harris-Benedict formula is super simple. If you just Google that, it's going to tell you exactly what to do step by step, and you just put your own details in. So for example, your own weight, your own height, your age, your gender, etc. And then from there, it'll give you the calculations. You plug that in on your calculator, bang, TDEE calories sorted. From here, what you want to do, if the goal is fat loss, you're going to want to deduct a decent amount of calories from that number to make sure that you are losing fat. So remember what we were talking about before, we have our TDEE, we need to eat under that on a daily basis. So my recommendations, and a lot of studies will back this, is to deduct roughly 500 calories per day from this number. Let's say your TDEE spat out 2,500 calories for argument's sake. This means you'll be eating 2,000 calories on a daily basis. Now, why is 500 calories a good place to start? They say it takes 3,500 calories to burn a pound of fat. 500 calories per day over a week is 3,500. So that means if you were to follow this, you should technically lose a pound of fat per week. Now, obviously it's not going to happen exactly like that to the T, because the body is complex. It's not, it's not designed to, you're not going to be the exact same every single day is what I'm trying to say. So we're not always going to be moving the exact same. We're not always going to be burning the exact same, but it will be, within that guideline. So you have to start somewhere. That 500 calorie mark is probably going to be the best place to start for most of you. It's going to give you a good rate of fat loss. If you go more than this, you're going to go into what I like to call an aggressive cut. There is nothing too wrong about this if you do it smartly, but I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing, because it can screw you up. And what tends to happen is the yo-yo effect. When people go too aggressive, they can't stick to it, and then they end up in a yo-yo effect, which means they end up binge eating and then they go straight back to low calories. That same example, 2,500 calories is your TDEE. You've plugged in all your numbers, you found that out, you take 500 calories away, that's 2,000, okay? That will be a good place to start. If you're thinking right now, if I take 1,000 away and I just go to 1,500 calories per day, then I'll lose 2 pounds of fat, right? Not necessarily, because sustainability is the biggest thing when it comes to losing fat, when it comes to any sort of diet, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, whatever it is, sustainability is absolutely key. So if your body needs 2,500 calories to maintain its weight, and you start eating 1,500 calories to try and lose tons of weight, what's gonna happen happen is you are gonna get some great results straight away, and then you're gonna feel like shit. Your body is gonna be sending you all sort of signals saying, eat, I'm hungry, I'm moody. That's what your body is gonna be sending your brain. Let's do this. And you're gonna have to try and fight that, which for most of us is not gonna be sustainable. That kind of settles that argument, okay? So yes, you can go more than 500. If you are gonna go more than 500 though, just do a little bit more. Do maybe 600, 700 calories tops. I wouldn't go any more than that. You're gonna really struggle to sustain it. Take it from me, I've done every type of calorie deficit, calorie surplus you can think of. I've done small ones, I've done really aggressive ones, and I'm telling you around the 500 calorie mark is usually the best. If you are gonna do that super aggressive type of diet, it has to be very, very short. So this is what I like to call a mini cut. This is a different topic, but I have a video here, I think it's called 4-week mini cut result. It kind of explains a little bit there. So basically I did a 4-week mini cut where I did go way more aggressive. I did more than 500 calories, but I knew it was only for 4 weeks. That's the only way I would recommend doing that, is in a mini cut. The flip side of this is doing less than 500 calories and going at it super conservatively and super slow. Now, the biggest downfall of this, progress is gonna be so slow, which means you're gonna lose motivation, which means you're gonna get disheartened, which means you're probably gonna wanna quit. Also, it's not beneficial. You don't wanna stay in a calorie deficit for extended periods of time because it's not fun. Like, let's be honest, eating low calories, dieting is not fun. And yeah, the results are gonna be so slow that you're gonna wanna just quit. That's why that 500 calorie mark, I wouldn't say it's the magic number, but it's a very, very good place to start for most people. Let's use the same example. Don't go to 2,500 calories, think this is my TDE, I'm just gonna take 100 calories away. It's so minimal, you won't even notice the difference. Guys, that is basically the best macros for fat loss. Now, I hope this helps. If you came here looking for a magic number, I am sorry, cannot give that to you, but I can give that to you in the formula of you can find it yourself. And honestly, guys, it is that simple. Getting the number, planning it out, it's very, very simple, but obviously sustaining it, sticking to it, you know, being committed enough to see it out, to get your goal, that is a different story. That is a little bit harder, but theoretically, it is that simple. I hope that helps. If you guys want me to dive any deeper on this, let me know the questions you have around this, because I'm sure there is a ton. I'll be more than happy to cover anything you want to know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. See you in the next one.